Folks, I am in absolutely excruciating pain right now. This is the second week in a row I cannot afford to go into the hotel. My check coming up tomorrow is going to be less than the check last week, which was the lowest check I've ever had working in that place in 5 years. So that'll be 2 weeks I have not been in the hotel yet. From sitting here all those days over Christmas, New Year's, just sitting in this car, never leaving this car except to go to work where I sit in a chair. These blood blisters have gotten so huge, they stick out like an inch or more from my leg, and they're maybe this big around. They're gargantuan. They're like grapefruits. And just barely touching it causes excruciating pain. It's just so tender. It's like touching the nerve on a tooth. What that means is when I try to walk, I can't walk because these just rub up against my legs. I can't walk. My legs are 2 inches thicker than they normally are. So I've had to just sit in this car and freeze because I can't afford the hotel, where I could maybe pop this and relieve the pressure if I was in a hotel. I have to just sit in this car, but I can't even adjust my weight in here. It's been like 4 or 5 hours I've been sitting in the same position. I can't even move a little bit. It is absolutely excruciating just to try to move. As if anybody cares. The pain was so bad, I had no choice. I had to take money that's meant for bills and go into this hotel for 1 day. Of course, I can't walk, so I couldn't go get all my computer gear. I'm just gonna be here. I got my shower. I brought my coffee maker in and my coffee and just finished making that because this hotel doesn't provide it for 80 bucks a night. Folks, I want to show you a video, if I can. I might have to show still photos, but of what I'm talking about on this leg. This is why I can't walk. This is why I can't even let anything touch my thigh, like my other thigh, for example. And folks, that is one of 2 of those things that I have on each side. Minnesotans murdered me. I would appreciate it if you would tell somebody about this. Thank you. Okay, forgive how frantic I am here, but that blood blister just popped out of nowhere. Just popped. It was dripping down my leg. So you can see what's going on here. Okay, that's the paper I had in there. And I don't know if you can see, but it's all dripping down my leg, soaking my pants here, coming out the bottom. This is what happens at work whenever this thing flares up. You see? I'll just be sitting at work doing my job, and all of a sudden, this happens. And I have to run to the bathroom, leaving a trail of blood behind me. This just isn't going to end, so it's going to take a while for me to get all this drained and cleaned. And now I'm going to have to go with my sanitizer, and I'm going to have to go through the whole floor and clean this place too. What a way to spend my $80 on this room. That's my life, folks, because these Minnesotans murdered me. Thanks for watching. Okay, I had to start filming that quickly because it just hit me, folks. I was literally here about to hit the send button on this video when this thing happened. I had just taken maybe the first bite or second bite of my food, and I was just actually standing up leaning, and it just went out. If I had been on the bed, this bed would be soaked with blood right now. So it's going to take me a long time to deal with this and to clean this up, and I'll be doing the cleaning. You can see all the blood in the bathroom as I had to walk there. In the toilet, there's others here laying around. I'm going to have to throw them all away. This is just one event. This is what would have happened in the car at some point if I had just sat in the car, and that's why that car has so much of my blood in it among everything else I've spilled. A coffee or a soda every single day for 6 years. This still doesn't feel any better. I can walk a little better, but not much better. What I had to do to try to sit on this bed was take my blanket, my towel, wrap it all up, and then I put a plastic bag, paper towel in layers, and I hang it over the edge of this thing, and I'm sitting there, and then I put a whole bunch of paper towel up against my leg in the first place, and I have to keep watching it. That's what I have to do to sit on this bed without doing something to the bed of this wonderful proprietor here, who all the time lets me enter rooms that are filled with other people's blood. But I try to minimize that, personally. I'm not one of their typical guests. I just pay the same price or more. So this is what I get for my $80 here today, folks. You wanted blood at the crime scene? You got it. I have been murdered, as I've said. I've said this all along. I've only said it on this channel with force in the last couple videos. But folks, what these people did to me was as bad as it gets. This is an atrocity. And I'm just waiting for it to be dealt with at the level of severity that it deserves. Those Minnesotans could have stopped this at any point from the very beginning, before it even began, before I even started living in a car. But they never did anything, and they never cared. And now I've got diarrhea. I'm going to post this, so I'm going to go. Bye-bye. Diarrhea and blood. Isn't this beautiful?
Disguising shadows are concealers, traders, spies, and double dealers. In the street, somebody staggers. We'll begin with cloak and dagger. If somebody tells you